All right, welcome, one and all, everybody. Welcome to Returners, Hideout number 331. I want to be your Canary. We are back. Welcome. Happy Wednesday, gamers. How's everybody doing today? Oh boy, howdy. Oh, we are back. We've got great news with a competitive season schedule. We got tickets on sale for events. Oh, I'm so excited. And we are back to jam some more Final Fantasy TCG. In fact, we've even got a whole crop of new decks and new folks ready to jam. 12 people playing tonight. Let's get to it, huh? Let's get to it. Okay. Game lobby. Dude, I know this is like a mellow intro tonight. I don't know. We're chilling. Goodness gracious. What matchup should we watch? We've got JR playing this week against June. Muhammad is versus Vince. The return of Xavier versus Greg. That might be a good one to start with. Or table 6, Irving versus DJ. I think I maybe have to go there. I'm going to go to table 6. These are two gamers I absolutely adore. Let's see what they're up to. Whoa. How do you stop this thing? There we go. Okay. There we go. Good enough. Okay, and then let's get a little game on the screen. Player 1 here is not me. That's going to be DJ Brock. There we go. All right, let's get to it. So what do we got from... Oh, this is a Wall 7 deck coming out here from DJ. I don't think Wall 7 has gotten any worse, so interesting to see what flavor it will be. Gilgamesh already coming into the table. Dude, is he just ready to go? Oh my goodness. All right, hold on. We'll talk about that in a second. On the other side of the table, looks like Irving is doing... Oh, yeah, he is doing the Fran stuff that we were getting excited about. If you didn't watch this week's episode of Coffee and Bullshit on Sunday, you can find the inspiration that led us directly to where Irving seems to be up to tonight. So, yeah, very cool. Gilgamesh is going to be attacking here. We do have 5 elements, so we've got lightning, water, ice, earth, and fire in the discard pile, which means he will be able to dull freeze something on attack, but he's not yet ready to go attack. Do we have water as well? Yeah, we have water. Yeah, we're missing wind, light, or dark. So once we get to the light card and the wind card, then he'll have brave and can attack 3 times. Oh, Bart's to damage. Never great. 2 crystals already. If this is a wind earth variant, he probably has ways to search for the Barts. Photon Ray, mister. Thank you very much for the Severino King. Thank you. You know what, guys? Give me 1 second. Let me get a drink. I'll be right back. I gotta get ready for the long haul. All right, gamers, what are we looking at here? We're back. Should I get the drink before stream? Yeah, probably. But you know what? This is how it goes. We don't have the fancy streamer fridge here because the fridge is like 10 steps away. Chug a lug. Oh, we just got a drink, dude. We just got a little water and we just got a little cheer wine. Those who know. Thank you very much, Mr. Tyler. Keeping me hydrated. All right. So the water is done. I drank the water. Now we crack the beverage. Ready? Crack one. Boom. All right, we're ready to go. Hi. Oh, Osark. Welcome to stream. Shout outs to Osark, who was hanging out and watching some of the games last week. Was asking me about Greg's awesome lightning water deck. His kind of Final Fantasy 14 themed deck that he's been jamming, which I really like. So I think I got Greg to share that deck list in the hideout, and then we'll be able to watch that today, I'm sure, when we get to check out Greg's game. All right. In the meantime, Irving, well, he lost this one. It's a wind. It looks like maybe even a mono wind deck that was just getting absolutely punched in the face. We had the Gilgamesh immediately off of the Warrior of Light. I mean, there's not much you can do about that. The Warrior of Light is going to be a very aggressive deck. When it hits the Gilgamesh that early, it's even worse. Tyva's into Axstar, into Ward to just clear the blocker, and we're just, oh boy. All right. Anyway, next game, huh? Switching tables. Somebody's crafting up a storm over there. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can get a peek in that Greg deck right now. Let's go to table 3 and see if that's what he's jamming. Oops, I like how I just closed the tournament bags. Wow, another Wall 7 gamer. I feel like, you know what's so funny is I was just thinking, let's get this game on the screen for you guys before I start getting lost in my thoughts. I was just thinking about how we haven't seen anybody playing Wall 7. Even though I don't necessarily think it got any worse, I'd be interested to see what new pieces people put in it. And I've got, now we've got Wall 7 being played by 2 players so far tonight, and actually it looks like fucking due to the conversation that was happening in the lobby, the pre-chat, as it were, everybody, when we were hanging out getting ready for the show, I was getting ready for the show, we were getting ready for the tournament tonight. In the player meeting, somebody said Scions wasn't very popular right now, or wasn't very strong right now, and Greg took that personally. And it looks like Greg is literally playing Scions tonight just to show somebody that he believes Scions have the sauce. So I appreciate Greg making a point through his gameplay tonight. And then on the other side of the table here from Greg, this is Xavier making his triumphant return. Captain Bosch is back. Getting ready for the Materia Cup season. Irving says it's Wall 7 day and I'm here trying our Wind Crystal deck and got blown out. Yeah, dude, it's tough. And he had literally like the immediate Gilgamesh. Yeah, just not great. And you were even going for like the mono variant too, so yeah. Oof, oof, oof. That's okay, brother. You know what? There's more games. We get to try some other matchups, hopefully. Although it does seem to be Wall 7 day. I've only looked at 2 matches and we're 2 for 2. We hadn't seen any Wall 7 decks for a minute yet, you know? 0 board clear. Well, you have Ace, you just have to get there, right? That's the problem with Ace. Is he doesn't help you on turn like 3. Yeah, it looks like Greg has kind of flipped the script, and he's normally playing what is mostly a mono water deck that's splashing some lightning cards, and it seems like this is basically just an all lightning deck, and there happens to be a lost Tataru on the back line. Well, let's see what some of these guys. This is the new Yang. So I'm really interested in this card. I think he's actually really good. So first of all, he's a 3CP 9K. Which is a big deal because that means that he's over curve, right? It also means that he dodges an Amaterasu. And that's important because his enter ability is when he enters the field, you may discard any number of cards. When you do so, choose up to the same number of forwards opponent controls as the discarded cards and deal him 9,000 damage. So you can, like, this guy can enter the field, you can discard 2 cards, and if they want to Ama it, at least you keep your 9k body. Like, you know, you don't lose everything and the cards. So it's not as bad as committing to some other similar cards, but in general, I just think like you play this 3CP 9k off your backups, and if you're in the mid to late game, you tap 3 backups and play him, and you want to remove like 2 of your opponent's forwards, like just discarding 2 cards from your hand to kill 2 guys is a crazy good rate. I mean, you would normally discard 2 cards from your hand to cast a 2 CP summon, which maybe kills 1 guy, or like sometimes, you know, in certain cases it kills like a 1 CP Ifrit on 5 fire characters is going to kill whoever for once, but you know what I mean. Basically, it's a really, really good rate. I mean, Ifrit's a crazy rate too, right? So if we can get something that's close to that, 2 CP kill a guy is wild. So the only problem is if there's nobody to kill, right? He doesn't do anything. He's kind of like a dead card. So, but I really do think he's interesting. I'm interested in him, and I think he is strong. It's only a hero, yeah. Okay, so we tried to cloud the Axstar, and then Warrior of Light used his S ability to protect the 3 drops. So it looks like we're just going wider here. From Greg, we're going to play Gilgamesh, and we're going to remove the... Oh, that's pretty good. So all 3 Light Warrior of Lights have already been seen. He's able to remove 2 Light Warrior of Lights with this Gilgamesh to prevent there from ever being 7 colors in the discard pile. To stop Gilgamesh FFBE. I mean, that's really good that we were able to do that this early. I mean, there's 33 cards left in his deck for all 3 of the Light Warrior Lights to be gone like that. It's pretty good for Greg. I mean, you figure Xavier probably goes for, we didn't see it, but there was probably a very early Gilgamesh. And we used that first one just to get the early Gilgamesh, and then the second one we just used to protect the Axstar, so. And you know all 3 of them are down, so I don't blame Greg. I think it's a really smart follow-up play to go for the Gilgamesh after that second one gets used to just immediately get rid of them and turn off potential for the FFB Gilgamesh to ever hit those 7 colors. So here comes said Gilgamesh. Now he'll only ever be up to 5. Unless there's some new light tech I don't know about in the deck. But he will get a dull freeze on attack. And Axstar will kill something on attack. So I mean there's still a lot of pressure coming in here for poor Greg. And we're going into the limit break deck from Xavier. Are we playing Sergei's to dull somebody else? Because things can get pretty bad pretty fast. Victoria could be really good here. Sergei's is good here. I You're doing 9k on attack with X-Star. There's no active abilities. Greg's got no cards in his hand. I mean, so you attack with X-Star, you kill a Stinian, or do you attack with Gilgamesh because he has first strike and you dull freeze one of the 8Ks? The problem is there's 3 8Ks, right? You don't want to lose your X-Star. Like, so I get it. He's got 3 dudes that can block and kill X-Star, but only X-Star. So maybe you just trade. Sorry about that, folks. Maybe you just trade your X-Star and go. You know. So yeah, we are actually going to attack with the X-Star first and offer that trade. See what's what. We're gonna dull freeze the Estinian down here. Oh, sorry, that's gonna kill the Estinian. Then this might be a trade. Then we'll dull freeze the remaining 8K with Gilgamesh. So I think you do take this. I think you trade your Thancred, which you'd be happier to play a second one of, because you're not going to play another Cloud. So you do that, then he attacks with Gilgamesh and he dull freezes Cloud. Sure, that's fine. The second thing we do with Limit Break will probably be something else anyway. I mean, maybe if you had a second Cloud Limit Break, you maybe trade it because you're going to use it on him next turn, but there's already one over on the field end. There's one in the Limit Break zone. Oh wait, the one in the Limit Break zone is probably the one that's flipped over from the one that's on the field. I always forget how the thing works. Octagon's a little weird. Okay, using Warrior of Light special ability to protect him, of course. I'm not surprised. Lightning tried to dull the Warrior of Light to dull him draw a card. And we just protected him with Ultimate Shield. Things are starting to look really bad for Xavier. Or sorry, not Xavier. They're looking really good for Xavier. Looking really bad for Greg here. I don't even know that he has any. He can't really attack. You know, it's if you attack, like the only attack that you can make is a party, and if you party, he just takes it, and then he hits you back for 4 next turn, and the Axar kills your lightning. So. Oh wait, when did he try to wait? Why did he play? He draws 2 cards, he does lure. And then he plays lightning. But how does he play lightning on his turn? Oh, okay. Thancred trigger, okay. For the play, okay. Proceed, I am wrong. I was like, how the fuck did he do this lightning on his opponent's turn, dog? He knows better than that. But when Thancred dies, I forgot Thancred has hidden text, dude. It's not really hidden, I just don't play Thancred very often. He says, when Thancred goes to the field of the break zone, you choose a 4 or 3 less of the break zone, you play it on the field. So he got to play the lightning. He played lightning onto the field, trying to scoot the Warrior Light, get a little extra value, get a card on the opponent's turn, prevent an attacker. So you like stop a damage from coming through. You also maintain the board because you would have lost a body. Instead, you redevelop one, and then you draw that card back. It would have been really nice, but unfortunately, the counter on the draw for Warrior of Light. We do still get the body. Alizé coming through. Y'shtola is going to be the choice. Y'shtola does have the option to take the damage here. It's a little risky bisky. Well, I guess you know what? Actually, no, it's not. It's perfectly fine because we knew we were going to hit an Odin because we are God's divine chosen warrior. So we are going to blast our opponent's Gilgamesh with Odin, and then we are going to hit Axstar for 4k with Y'shtola. Then Y'shtola is going to come across the goal line here and put a level 4, another 4 on the noggin of old Axstar. And send him packing. And then without any kind of Brave, I'd be real careful here, man. I don't know. This is still really scary. I mean, we're still potentially dead, right? We use Tataru. Maybe not. He's got 2 blockers, and it would need to be a haste. But the thing is, like, it could just be the exact same card, right? Like, he has the same Y'shtola in his deck. If my man just raw, if he just plays this Y'shtola raw, like, we lose? Are we? I guess we're just, like, hoping he doesn't do that. I mean, it's what you have to do, right? Is, like, remove these guys. Hitting the Odin was pretty godlike. If we didn't hit Odin, if we didn't hit a burst with this, I don't know, man. But we did. So everything was right. Everything we did was correct. Never punish. Yeah, in a world, imagine we play this, we hit anything other than a kill. We attack because we have to in order to get the kill on one guy. He untaps with 3 dudes, and all he has to do is scoot one. Give him a blast, like a little Axstar or something. Hydrate. I'm coming in. I'm got the water right here, Mr. Muhammad. I'll gargle it for you. No, I won't. I'm sorry. I take that back immediately. I won't do that. That was the one and only time you're ever gonna get that. A little ASMR. Alright. We're D into C. We just have the 1 card in our hand. We can't do much with that. Muhammad, thank you very much for the Subarino. Oh, he actually gave it to, he gifted the sub to Mr. Final Max. Mr. Kurt, enjoy your sub. Enjoy your Final Fantasy emotes. Clipped that? Yeah, you would, you sick freak. You sick freak. Trying to get your kicks. All right, Xavier, we got to punch through this board. I don't think it's happening this turn, unfortunately. Which means then you have to not die on your opponent's turn. He did get very lucky with his Odin, and I think now you might be in a little bit of trouble. Does Greg have a lightning in his discard pile? He does not. Not of any variety. Oh wait, he does. It's right here. He has a lightning in his discard pile. And he has an Odin in his discard pile, but he does not have a second lightning in his discard pile, which is the important part. And if he just draws one, then there's no reason to even, you know, it doesn't matter. You can just play the one he drew. So we don't know what the card in his hand is. He drew 1 card off of Tataru. Mr. End of the Week. My brother. Muhammad, brother to all. Okay, so we are heading into Xavier's turn here still. Considering what we want to do, 3 cards in hand, a limit break full of options. I don't think we've used a single limit break card yet. He is actually currently just stopped looking at his limit break deck, so I think he's kind of wondering what to do here as well. He may just be really, really close to that dub and looking for any way to secure it. I mean, Gilgamesh here. Gilgamesh will, Dull Freeze Grahatia and gets him 3 attacks, but Alize will still be able to trump something. So he's probably just like scratching his brain looking for any way to remove the Alize or do anything more than just get the Gilgamesh in play. No, it actually looks like we are going for a limit break card. We're going for limit break the Emperor. Uh-oh. That is a green flag for Greg if he's ever seen one. And not just because this is a wind card. Greg was like, holy shit, he has absolutely nothing. The game is mine. If I can clench up next turn. No, if I can clutch next turn, I'm going to. I'm going to use these 4 forwards, deal 3 points of damage. Ishtola, she can now be blocked. So that's important. We do have the Alize, which gets the double dull if we play a water forward. So Limit Break Leo at the very least is going to be... Or sorry, she gets a single dull. We get the double dull if we play lightning. Limit Break Leo at the very least is a good way to get one dude out of the way. But maybe we're going to see that Warrior of Light special. How many Warrior of Lights are in Xavier's discard pile? This is a good question. 2 light Warrior of Lights removed from the game. And 1 4-color in the discard pile. So he may very well have a 4-color Warrior of Light sitting there parked in his hand, waiting for the opportune moment to pounce, as one does. Yeah, I think that was the breather Greg needed. Can he take advantage of it? Now, you don't want to be doing anything crazy like cracking your Nash for options. You've only got 3 cards in your hand. You got 3 limit break cards left. How mono lightning is this deck? Oh, it's extremely lightning. It's very, very light on water. Not a Dengul, dude. Welcome. Welcome. Not a Dengul. King. I appreciate the sub. Thank you so much for your support, brother. I'm hoping I can see you at some events this year. I know that you were saying that the timing didn't super work out for ours. I'll definitely be going to the one in PA. I'm going to try to hit up all the East Coasters. All the East Coast ones. Except Texas is, of course, first of all, Texas is not on the East Coast. But Texas is the same weekend as Gen Con, so I don't think we'll be going there. Going to KC? Hell yeah, brother. That might be the only one? Oh, I'll have to get out there then. I have no choice. Zoralja. Oh, June! Thank you so much, June. I appreciate that. Yo, wait, what the fuck? Sabin, Zell, Cloud, and Tifa are going to be in Street Fighter 6? Wait, what? Excuse me? Excuse me? Hello? Oh no, this is not... There's a rumor about Tifa and there's a rumor about these other guys. Sorry, somebody sent me a message and I was like, excuse me, is that real? And they're like, well, there's a rumor about Tifa. Okay. Dog, you can't just say stuff like that to me, gamers. You can't just post these things in Discords. There's a rumor Tifa's gonna be in Street Fighter 6. Okay, so the rest of that stuff was just made up? You can't just say this stuff. Goodness, dude, my heart is going bop 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 bop. A rumor, dude. Yeah, I know. I hate fucking get that out of here. Have I seen the Oops All Lightning deck? Yes, I have. I have. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. No, yeah, no, I've seen it. I've seen it. It's very interesting. It's very cool. I believe it's been seeing a lot of play in Japan. It's a big brain one, dude. Lightning doing all the things. Just... she's returning, that's for sure. Lightning returns. Again and 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 again. We got a little Narsh music, a little cue the Narsh song. Very vibesy. We're vibes-based gaming this week. Oh, I didn't even post the... I didn't post the times, did I? Did I not do that? Pairings. Did I post the time? I did. Oh, okay. Good me. Good job, me. 7:55 is when we're calling this one. So these guys still have got 7 minutes to go. There's time yet. Oh, never mind. As I was looking to see if I posted time, the game got finished. Actually, maybe it was finished before I even went to look. Damage 7 was another Warrior of Light. Oh, this is very interesting that there were Yunas in here. The other Yuna. The other white meat. When you do so, choose one forward, loses 5,000 power till the end of the turn. Oh, putting the top 2 cards of the deck in the break zone. This is a very interesting way to accelerate the wall 7. This is kind of cool. Wow, this card's very interesting. Anyway. Alright, results. Where are we at for this round, folks? I've got 6 tables. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 reports. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get the next round paired. It looks just degenerate enough for me to want to play it. Yeah. Alright, table 3, Greg 7-4 over Xavier. Table 6, DJ got a 7-0 over Irving. Table 5, Evan got it, but he said Evan got it 5-7. He probably means he got it 7-5 because he's new. Tyler, are you in chat? Can you confirm for me the result of your game? Not to put you down publicly and shame you. Logan Palmer here. What did he get? 7-0 over Kurt. Yeah, he got a 7-5. Alright, thanks. Alright, table 2, Muhammad got a 7-0 over Vince. Thank you, Muhammad, for getting that, for helping him out there. Table 1, June 7, JR1. June 7, JR1. Hey. Alright, we're all square, dude. Hey, Evan taking his debut game against Tyler Ray. Sorry, Tyler. It looks like we might have a killer on our midst. All right, next round. No drops, nothing. All right, let's go. We're cooking. Matches. Boom. Well, he's gonna have to go against a tough cookie now, man. We've got the old Greg pairing. Oh, players. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I answered your question, Osark. I remember you asked this, and maybe you're still here in chat. He said, "Is Greg the top player?" Because I was like, "Oh, Greg makes really interesting decks." Yeah, he'll share that with you. He's like, "Is Greg the top player?" Hey, I'll tell you what. Some seasons he sure is. He is one of the better players here in the weekly for sure. Always holding it down, but we've got a lot of strong players here in the weekly. So I don't know. It's tough for me to say who the top player is, but he has, at times where we have measured, he has been the top. In many of those occasions. Pairings are up for round 2, folks. And really, we're just glazing Greg here because we love his decks so much, and his Old Mia Ash deck makes me happy. All right, time will begin at 8 o'clock because we like the even numbers. Will be called at 8:40. Players may begin when ready. Greg has insane aura. This is true. He's such a nice guy too. I had the pleasure of getting to finally run into Greg at Nationals last year, and I really enjoyed getting to talk to him and hanging out. That's true for all of you guys when I get to meet you guys. It's always a pleasure. And guess what? We've got events coming up again. Anybody in chat going to be at the Raleigh Materia Cup? Will I be seeing any of you guys in just a few weeks here? Goodness gracious, it's not this week, but it's in 3 weeks. Time isn't real, dude. What the hell? It's in 3 weeks? Oh my god, you guys have to get your decks ready. What are you guys gonna play? What are you gonna play? I don't have to figure it out. Same weekend as a music festival? Hey, music festivals are pretty rad, though. We gave you a notice way too late. I don't blame anybody who can't make it. Can't make that one, but you'll try to make KC. Brother, I gotta make sure I get out to KC. Did they post the tickets for that? Or they might be sold out if they did. Are they even posting the links on their website? I don't even know. They're probably not updating it as regularly as they were being updated last year because they don't have somebody to update it. Saturday, as in this upcoming Saturday, they're gonna post it, you're saying? Okay, good to know. I'll keep my eye out. Or did they post it last Saturday? Yeah, I mean, I get that, guys, but what I'm saying is I'm not paying attention. So they may have already done that. That's what I'm saying. I have paid zero attention so far because all I know is that I had to do the first one. So I didn't have to buy a ticket to the first one. And so I feel so bad, guys. I feel so bad for anybody who has to scramble to get a ticket and get travel arrangements to Raleigh, man. We didn't know any earlier, dude. I knew the second I knew, I was making hints for you guys on stream, and then we told you the next week. So like, it really wasn't anything that we had the information to share, but I wish that we did because I would have liked to have had everybody get a fair shake, as it were. You'll shoot me the message as soon as you do. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sorry, hold on. My friend just sent me. This is incredible. With the little sunglasses, sun, dude. This just makes me think of oh god, can I share? Do I even have a setup, a screen, like a screen capture thing? I don't even think I do. Let's copy the. I'll copy this image. Hold on. First, let me get a game on the screen for you guys, but I'll show you what I'm laughing at because I'm dying. I'm gonna make a composite for you guys. You would think I would just have like a region of my screen set up to share, but we don't do that here. Oh my god, this is so good. I have to put them side by side. I guess I don't even have to. I really just have to do show you guys the final product. Crab. So let's get a game up, and then we'll share the awesome picture. Because I know how much you guys love Final Fantasy XI and how much you totally care about this thing that makes me happy that I'm laughing at. But tough. We are going to which table? Table 1 is Greg. We just saw him, so let's not go to table 1. Table 2, June versus DJ, although we started with a little DJ action. Muhammad versus Logan. Let's go there. Table 3. Muhammad versus Logan, and then let me go. Let's see, this can be a. Yeah, fudge it, dude. We'll do a window capture of MS Paint. That'll do it. That'll do it. Okay, everybody. Figured it out. Alright, let's get the game up. We're already missing so much fun. Okay, this is Logan on the bottom playing a Wind Water deck. Oh, the Wind Water cast deck maybe that's been getting popular over seas. Oh, actually, it looks like both of these guys are doing the same thing. Okay, both of these guys are playing the new Wind Water cast deck. These are not the right names, so let's fix that real quick. This is Muhammad up top, or on the right. And it is Logan on the left. You don't know why you heard Bahamut instead of Muhammad? Maybe we can just start calling him Bahamut. I mean, that's kind of fun. Bahamut Zaim Ahmad. I don't know if that's actually, if that's like, we're being insensitive or something. But I'm gonna still just call him Bahamut until he says not to. We're gonna go to Muhammad, or Bahamut, as it were. There. And then we need our MS Paint scene for you guys. Okay. So I'm gonna put it over chat for a second. Okay, so this this is the picture that I sent to my friend. I said basically we're out there on the beach, and so I said I had to get my proper attire, so I put on the bathing suit, and I've got like the come on. Oh, that won't work. I've got the sunglasses on, which for some reason I just can't zoom in on properly with this. So then they send me back this picture. Hold on. They just send it back like this. And it's a 10 out of 10, a perfect edition. That's it, it's incredible. I want the smiling sun in the sky in all of my pictures. And that's it, that's what I was laughing at. That's a whole long story for nothing that you guys just had to sit through, but you get to enjoy that. Oh boy, okay. So, what are we looking at here? We're looking at two decks that want to just cast a whole bunch of cards and lose to each other's boards, except one of these guys has a board and the other does not. So, it seems like unless Guy 2 loses Guy 1's board, Guy 1's about to get away with being the aggressor here. Muhammad definitely playing the role of the beatdown. He's doing all of this off of 2 backups. The fact that Sid Highwind is on the field, the Sid into Lunafreya says to me that he didn't really want to be the beatdown gamer, which is usually the situation where if you are a deck that doesn't want to be that guy and you're that guy just because you had to play these LB cards to get yourself going, a lot of times if the other deck can just kind of get their game plan started, they're going to be able to win. But a Witch of the Fence is a really powerful thing to put down on the table behind all the rest of this. Now, I think Logan has to just do a Luso wipe turn here, get rid of this entire board, and then hopefully come out ahead just on his ability to play and do more things because of his 5 backups. But Muhammad's still got 6 cards in his hand here. As we look at, let me just pull this up. As we look at him trying to figure out how he wants to end his turn, he's got too many cards in the grip. He's got to play some stuff out. Activating Lena with the Evray and ending the turn? Doesn't he have 6 cards in his hand? Oh, he discarded down. He discarded down a Stiltskin and ended his turn. How about that? Yeah, he doesn't want to commit anything else. And if I had to guess, he might have a Chocobo primed to return the Witch of the Fens to his hand. We'll see. So the turn begins. We're gonna start counting casts here with Leo. Oh my god, I can't use my words today, man. With Leo, cast number 1 here. Leo is going to start our casts off. He's a great extender, right? We tapped 1 backup and then we pitched a card from our hand and replaced it immediately because of Leo. So 6 cards in hand at a deck that is chock full of cards that just give you back value. We have an Evray as well, so it's like we can just undo the fact that we spent anything at all. Evray is really helpful at just doing more things every turn. You've got cards like Apkalu, which are just 1 CP cards that replace themselves when you play them. So a lot of things like Kukulane, same thing. A lot of cantrip type cards that are just meant to get you a lot of value. So Witch of the Fens here is going to trigger, and this is maybe a window for if we wanted to threaten his Witch with our Witch, we would shoot it with Apkalu, but we're actually going to hold off in case we can disrupt some part of his cast chain combo instead with our Witch of the Fens. I think we'd rather hold on to it. This is very interesting. This is a card that does not see play, man. Princess Sarah starting to see play in some of these decks. She is a princess. She can be tutored as a wind backup that can be tutored by Sarah, as well as King Tycoon and Princess Goblin is not a princess, but Sarah can search King Tycoon, Lena, and Princess Sarah, which is pretty cool. Princess Sarah here has 0 cost. Choose a forward until the end of the turn. It cannot be chosen by EX Burst, which is an interesting one. And then, of course, you can tap and discard a princess to choose a forward and make the next damage dealt to a 0 instead. Now, there are actually a decent number of princesses in the deck because you've got Sarah, Lena, Princess Sarah. So you have a good number of copies of these backups where if you have them in your hand, you can actually kind of use them as protection because this doesn't discard this backup either. It's just tap and discard a princess. So it is very interesting, and I think that this legendary backup, which doesn't really look like a legend, is finally starting to get a little bit of attention, and I just think that's cool, man. I think that this card seeing play is just more interesting than it not seeing play, so I'm excited for it. And at the end of the day, I just want to see some cool, interesting stuff. Well, I just want to see cool, interesting stuff because I don't have to play in the Raleigh Materia Cup. But yeah, I get that people are trying to figure out like an actual real, like, what am I going to play? What is my pick for this first event, man? And let me tell you, the field is wide open. There are so many different things that you can play. All the events in Japan have looked really different. Like, you've seen decks come out of nowhere and then all of a sudden have a lot of representation. I think there's just like it's a really cool field right now. It feels really good to build decks right now. I've been taking new weird shit to locals every single week and doing well enough. I mean, I've been going X1 and bringing like weird decks that I haven't played a single game with before I sit down. I'm literally sleeving them at the table. And I feel like it's just that kind of format. There aren't a lot of formats where I feel that way. A lot of formats I just kind of show up with the same thing, sleeved, the whole format, and play with it. And that's not just because they're not all creative, it's just that I don't always get inspired to try new stuff when I have something I like. I usually get inspired to try new stuff when I don't have something that's working, right? So Dancers has been working really well and I really liked it. So all last season I didn't really feel inspired to like try new things. But right now I actually haven't played much Mono Water. Actually, I don't think I've played Mono Water yet at all this season, but this set. I've just been playing new weird stuff. I did revisit my Firewind Crystals, which was something I played pretty seriously last set, but I've been playing like, I tried like an MBM thing just because I wanted to make Mog 6, the full art Mog 6 forward. I wanted to do something with him. I think that's like the best deck he's ever gonna see for himself. And he's really cool in that deck. And also I think I played Crystals, I played that, I played Earth Ice. Since I couldn't tell, did Logan discard 2 cards for Alexander? I'm not sure. Did he? Moves which of the fence to the break zone? Moves Ocho to the break zone, moves Alexander to the break zone. Targets every question, does Ocho make this free? Yes. Oh, well, he played Ochu, so no, he didn't have to discard 2 cards for Alexander. He played a Wind forward. And he said, he even asked Muhammad, and Muhammad gave him the correct answer, so he didn't even have to ask the judge. But yeah. At damage 3, Ochu is a forward, yeah. And it's not like he can become a forward. Dude, it's so funny, because he's old school, man. He's an old monster. But yeah, he becomes a forward without you, whether or not you want him to become a forward. He is from Opus 13, yeah. The damage 3, so once we're at damage 3, he enters as if he's a forward. There is no, it's a field ability, so it doesn't even use the stack, so he's just always a forward. Alright, and Witch of the Fens is going to come down. Again, we get to redraw. But this is the thing that's a little weird for Muhammad is he's got so little going on. It's a deck that's trying to do so many things a turn. So like, he can do those things a turn. The deck is built to get a lot of value with very few cards, but it's going to be hard for him. I mean, he at least is developing Apkalus that he can use to shoot, but he needs to use 2 to kill the ace. It feels so bad. Playing Zidane. Zidane gets Princess Goblin. Dude, I feel like it's been a minute since we've seen this guy. He goes to get Princess Goblin. Oh, another Hydrate? You got it, boys. Chug-a-lug. Water. He's thinking about it. So Princess Goblin can search for a Warrior of Light or Princess Sarah. It really just is going to search for this other. It's a backup chain, right? I mean, it can get it's card name Warrior of Light. Yeah. So he attacks with Zidane and he gets Alexander. and Logan even types gross. We're gonna chump the Zidane with Leo instead of the ace because we don't want to make it easier for him to kill the ace with Witch of the Fens. So we are declaring block with Leo. To attack with Lunafreya, I think we take this one. Yeah, that's, oh god, 2 Lusos to damage feels really bad. It feels really bad. Alexander. He gets to draw 2 cards because this is the 4th cast. It's pretty gross, man. Imagine your opponent attacks with Zidane and gets to draw the 2 cards. Ooh, boy. I guess pay 1 CP, draw 2 is still. Starts to actually play more backups here, realizing he's actually got a really strong board. Witch of the Fens able to remove problem forwards from Logan, and Logan really not having a crazy follow-up turn. I mean, we went for this ace, right? Which did get rid of some of the forwards, but it cost a lot. And Muhammad's actually going to pass it over to Logan. So we are going to let the ace live. We don't think that it's worth cashing 2-up Kalu and getting rid of all of our interaction to kill the ace. And I agree. Ace is going to maybe attack this turn. He'll take a look at the top card of the deck and maybe he adds an extra card to our hand. But I think Logan is in a really, really tough position where he's got 5 damage, only 2 points of life left that he can take. And he really needs an army of blockers, and he's looking at 2 block removals already on the board from Muhammad, not to mention whatever he's got in his hand, whatever he draws for the turn. I mean, 5 cards is a lot of cards to have like another monster or something in it. So we have to deal with the Witch of the Fens, and that's not going to be super easy. There's not a ton of just like point and kill at 3-drop in this deck. There's a lot of board-wide stuff. There's a lot of point and kill the higher cost guy because of the other Alexander, but it'd be tricky here. I mean, your point and kill that guy is the Witch of the Fens, right? So they without Witch of the Fens and monsters out, the spot removal is a little low, a little light. And we're taking our time with it. He's even typing. He literally typed, So when you're thinking so hard, you have to type the thinking sound. It is one of those turns. What are we doing? We're casting Asura by... Oh, we're returning up Kalu to hand. Casting Asura, returning up Kalu to our hand. Casting up Kalu, drawing a card. Okay, man, we're going the long way here. He says, yeah, I've got 2 limit break left. Oh, because he's got his cards out here and not pulled out of the actual LB thing. I have to remember how to do this the right way. It's like you like shift click them or something weird. Looks like Muhammad knows how to do it the right way. His limit break says 1. But this one's on the table. This is how I do it, which is not the right way to do it. It's just, I don't play a whole ton of the Octagon games, so. Both of these guys are pretty tapped on LB. I mean, technically, Logan's probably got another Leo he can do. Devon is 2 limit break as well, yeah. And then Muhammad can't do anything left with his limit break. Muhammad saying both your Luso and damage is oof. Yeah, I guess they only play 2 in this list. A little greedy. I mean, that's what happens, unfortunately, sometimes. This is just... Cards be card games, you know? Card games be card games. If you get away with it, it feels great. Cutting to 2. Feels so good. Lulu back Asura, okay. Okay, casting Asura, activate our backups. Lulu shrinking Witch of the Fens to... Oh, okay, maybe we do play 3 Lusos, because he's sure playing like he's doing a cast turn here. But the way that he said both your Luso and damage made it sound like it was... He knew he only played 2, because it's probably the list. I'm not super familiar, I haven't looked at the list too closely. Just enough to know what's going on. So here's Leo, he's another cast. So at this point, we've done at least 1, 2, 3, 2 Asuras, 4, 5. We're at 6 or 7. Ochu maybe 6 here. Ochu's activating 2 wind backups. And now Luso number 7, cast number 7. We're pretty much there. What's this gonna be? Which? Rosa. Unfortunately, we already did all this stuff. Yikes, yeah. None of these things like drew cards. Oh, I guess Leo did. Maybe we drew Rosa off of the Leo. And maybe he was the 4th cast. I think that was true, right? He was cast 4, so then this would have been cast 5, so it wouldn't trigger. That's so annoying. That sucks. I mean, look at my man just trying to not die. I think we're kind of SOL. Maybe not. Now Muhammad is typing, All these deep thinkers. Sorry, my Final Fantasy 11 link show is talking about a Dynamo Zone being open, and I had to let them know. I will have to check that when I am done with this, but I am excited. And if you know what Dynamis is, you're gonna be like, cool. If you don't know what Dynamis is, don't worry about it. Alright. So we've got another Ochu entering the scene. No, this is the same Ochu that's been our man. This deck is so hard to play. I mean, it's just, yeah, these decks are all about sequencing. All about sequencing. This Warrior Brew I made clearly isn't bubbling. Tried to get a Fire-Earth mix to work with a Category 7 berry. Oh, interesting, because he's a warrior, yeah. Alright, playing Princess Goblin. Oh, he's that's the 3rd card, so we're activating our backups here. Yeah, now Muhammad's got Rosa down, and now Muhammad's going for a full cast turn. Getting fully set up. Man, I can't believe that we it slipped through our fingers, man, here from Logan. He was in a really good position. He doesn't have the Lusos, though. It's tough. He's about to lose his board to one of Muhammad's Lusos. And, I mean, we'll see how it goes, but I think that looks like what might happen this turn. I'm waiting for the Discovery Zone to open again, but for adults, dog. I mean, DZ Discovery Zone, where I can do everything on my own. I can jump, swing, crawl, and have a ball. Yeah, dude. I love Discovery Zone. I was down with DZ Discovery Zone, okay? Trust. The card that he revealed off of Rosa Cast 5 was Lulu. That's pretty incredible. Lulu enters the field. My man can go get a Chocobo. Oh, he has the Luso in play already, so yeah, he played Luso for Cast 5 to trigger Rosa to reveal a Lulu. Plays a Lulu and gets back Chocobo. Chocobo's the Luso to hand. I'm assuming there's a Chocobo in there. Oh, he's getting an Alexander. Maybe he already has Chocobo in his hand. Drawing the card from Luso, Cast 5. Pitching, yeah, there's the Chocobo on his Luso. Now, the thing is, we really needed to have, like, our own Witch of the Fens down, but we just don't, so we don't have any way to threaten this Luso. He's gonna come back to hand. He's gonna come down as Cast 7, and it's gonna just obliterate the board. Yeah. Yeah, that is, Logan says to Muhammad, can you just draw 13 more cards, pretty please? Muhammad has 12 left in the deck. What is a Discovery Zone? We only had Chuck E. Cheese. It was just like, you know, the playground part of Chuck E. Cheese is like that part. So the ratio to arcade to playground at Chuck E. Cheese, it's reversed. It's like exactly a Chuck E. Cheese, but they just swapped the ratio. So it's like 70% playground, 30% arcade. Instead of 70% arcade, 30% playground. And there's no... They would have like themed birthday parties at the back room where like licensed characters would appear sometimes, but they definitely didn't have their own like weird animatronic licensed characters or any singing bands or anything like that. You would have like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles party and some dude in like a Donatello costume from Party City would be there, like, you know, like it was like that. But they had an awesome commercial and theme song, which I sang for you earlier. And if you missed it, well, then you'll just have to go back in time, or you know, you can like watch a VOD or something, or you could look up the Discovery Zone song, the commercial, online, because it's better than the one I sang. And also, I'm going off my memory, so maybe I wasn't even right. Maybe I got it wrong. All right, let's look at our other tables. We've still got table 3. No, that's one that we just watched. Table 5 is still cooking here. This is the Mexican standoff of FFTCG. Yeah, unfortunately, this game is over. So he blasted him. He got to his Luso. The other guy gave him all the time because he had no Lusos. Both of his Lusos were in damage. All right, moving to the next game here. Fun believable? That sounds right. What an incredible word. Imagine being the adult who has to come up with stuff like that for your job. Like that, whatever guy was the marketing manager for the campaign for DZ Discovery Zone, I hope that he like just kept trading up when he left that. Dude, is this 2 more wind water decks? Okay, but wait, but this is Gullwing's mirror. We just Jek blocked 3 times in a row? Oh my god. Okay. Sure, alright. Yeah, okay. My deck is not supposed to have only 2 backups. Well, that's exactly why you would have definitely lost if our man had access to, like, his payoff card. R.I.P. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like he got all set up and then didn't have the action, right? There's like no Witch of the Fence to threaten your guys. He didn't have Luso to be able to clear the board the easy way, so he had to do like the really expensive like ace clear, and it was just a really, really difficult looking damage zone for Logan. Yeah, yeah. And the funny thing is, like, he only like attacked your face like that because his start was so bad, right? Like he didn't even want to do that. But ironically, that's a really good way to kill the cast deck. Is to just punch him in the face as fast as you can, and playing all your LB character, like having like 3 forwards on turn 2 is decent. It's funny that there's all these mirrors, but they're not even all the same deck. Like, we ran into different decks playing mirror matches. This is 2 Gullwing decks here. So let's talk about, we haven't really had the, just saying you have to punch them harder. Yeah, exactly. No, you have to punch them faster. Harder and faster. And better even, maybe. And stronger. Maybe just like harder, better, faster, stronger is how you should punch them. So Yuna is kind of like the glue that's holding this entire new Gullwings archetype together. Because look, we've even got fucking Brother on the field. So let's talk about her. Yuna, we'll put the first ability aside. We'll talk about her second ability because that's the one that shows you 80% of the deck construction. Then we'll talk about the first ability, which is responsible for like 2 of the other choices we're seeing on the table here. So Yuna's second ability is Dull Active Yuna and 1 active category 10 character. Search for 1 Job Gullwings forward and play it onto the field. You can only use this ability during your turn and only once per turn. So Yuna plays a Gullwing straight out of the deck onto the field. First of all, that's very strong. Second, she does not care what the cost of that card is, which is also very strong. Which is why a card like Brother, who has a nice big fair cost, like 4 CP for his 8k body, actually is a pretty great card when you can play him for 0. And that's why you see him immediately to the right of Yuna here, because he came into play off of the Yuna almost certainly, right? Oh god, and Titus, we'll talk about him in a sec. So Yuna also has a second ability that says when a forward of an element other than water enters your field, choose a forward opponent controls. It loses 4,000 power until the end of the turn. So as you're playing your non-water forwards, you're going to be shrinking your opponent's guys for 4,000. But 4,000 is an annoying number. 4,000 kills almost nothing. In fact, sometimes the small problem guys, like a 2 CP guy on curve, is 5k, right? And some of the bigger problem guys, once you start to get to the really strong guys, they're like 9, 10k. So 4k packets is really inefficient. So we're finding ways to smooth that out. Besides just playing multiple multiple off-water characters a turn to get pings, you see people doing really interesting things like playing this 1 CP Ritz, right? When 1 CP Ritz enters the field, you choose a forward opponent controls and deal at 3,000 damage. And when it's put from the field to the breaks on this turn, you draw a card. You use this, and the Yuna shrinks the thing by 4, and then Ritz hits it for 3. So all of a sudden, 1 CP 7k. That takes care of a lot more things, and you get the card back off of this. Ritz becomes an incredible card when paired with that synergy with Yuna. Look at Zac. Zac enters the field and shrinks the thing by 4,000 and does his 3. There's another 7, just accident right from your limit break, and only for this 3 CP. So a lot of these are here just to synergize with this, and they do a really good job of it. On top of all that, because she's playing those Gullwings free from the deck, you're filling your deck chock full of Gullwings. Which Riku and which Pain? Well, first of all, there are many Rikus, but not all of them are Gullwings. So you're looking for this Final Fantasy X-2 version of Riku. This is from Opus 6. People will remember the poster card for this set. One of them was like the Yuna and like the songstress YRP, like outfit, kind of like cutscene looking thing, and there were the sleeves that had all 3 of the girls on them. It was this big 6-drop card that like played a going from your hand or something like that. It's funny how much worse that card was than this card, but it's also removed from this card by like 5 years. So this was a deck at the time where they would just play all the YRP, get them in position, and it'd be like, how can you get over my wall of basically untargetable dudes? And it's back, right? But just with a huge facelift and a big upgrade on a lot of the pieces. You're still playing this Riku, because this Riku says going forwards you control cannot be chosen by your opponent's abilities. So you give your main build-around card a lot of protection there. And then there's a Pain that says they can't be chosen by summons, but if you're not playing against somebody who's running a lot of those, I mean, there's probably one of that Pain in many lists just in case you have to get that summon protection. But often we're just going for this one. Tried and true, this card has seen many, many, many top tables over the years, although not in the many of the recent years. A staple in Wind Water YRP, and a staple for like the first 10 plus sets of the game. Wind Water. This Pain enters the field. She draws a card and she untaps 3 backups if you control Riku. And Yuna, obviously she gets each of those triggers separately, so you do get benefits if you only have one of the other girls. But in a situation like this, we see Yuna came out, then Riku comes out, then Pain comes out. And we're literally tapping Yuna and we're tapping a backup. And then Pain comes into the field and we draw a card. So we play it forward out of our deck, draw a card, and then untap that backup and 2 other ones. It's just crazy the value that you can get out of this deck. So what people have to do is stop the Yuna from being able to do her thing, which is hard, right? Easier to say than to do. Especially when she can't be targeted by things, so it's a little harder to kill her. So you got to go for these board wides, these untargetables. Just some nice old-fashioned board wipes, but that's where Dad comes in. So Jekt is another really interesting piece of this. We're getting these really big, fragile, wide boards, right? What do we do to prevent our opponent from stopping or just getting rid of all of our big dudes? Our whole board of these 7 and 8K guys, these little wienos. Look, 7, 7, 3, 7, 7. Of course, these guys are big now, but 7, 7. You got a couple 8s and 1 10. It's like, how are we gonna survive, right? How are we gonna use this? Well, Jekt has Jekt block, so he's super searchable by a lot of cards in the deck. He's Final Fantasy X, so he has synergy. You can get searched by the Titus, who comes in for basically free all the time. You go get Jekt. And Jekt, of course, is going to have that S ability that says choose any number of summons, auto abilities, action abilities, or special abilities and cancel their effects. So it's really fun when something is triggering multiple things. Like Axstar has 3 different auto abilities, or you also have things that can be like when something enters the field. So like they're both triggering, and Jekt can shut it all down. Everything on the stack that he would like, he can choose any number of them and he can shut it all down for just another Jekt. I think that's really, really interesting, and he's seeing a lot of play. He's a really, really good counter card, but he's a 5 CP kind of do nothing until you're countering. He does have some text where it's like, oh, return this guy to hand, but you can also draw a card and break it if you've attacked with 3 guys. But a lot of times he kind of just comes down, bounces one thing back to hand, and then is just a way to protect this big wide board with a Jekt block or 2 in the grip. What do I think of the 5 CP Water Titus that also reduces? I think it's really interesting. I really like that Titus, and I also really like the Wind Warp one. Like, both of those are really cool cards. I just don't know that they are better than the other stuff we're doing. And then there's the Fire Pain. Yeah, so there is the Fire Pain, which there's Fire Pain and some Fire Jeks that you see people play that all have EX. And the Fire Pain is a 6 CP that can come in off of that Yuna for free, and she does a lot of damage before. She can in fact 10k the forward of its multi-element, and has that EX, and like Kurt says, helps you pay for these fire cards like the Zach LB. And Furion, look at that, it's actually very interesting. The Furion LB is there too. That's a unit is attacking here straight up. So we have attacked with a couple of things. We've taken a couple of chumps. Attacking again. Damage number 2. Dude, these guys are almost out of time. This Gullwing's Mirror is getting a little wild. This guy's got 7 cards left in his deck. Alright, I'm just reminding them they've got like 4 minutes until time is called. In case they wanted to kind of like go a little quicker. 2 drops rolling in. My brain is fried. I'm going back to control. What's control? Like the game control? Oh, control deck, yeah. Wasn't that already a control deck? Interesting. I mean, kind of. It is also very combo-y. I prefer draw, go, control over cast 12 things, win in 1 turn control, yeah. They're different kinds, that's for sure. Oh, Kurt is not dropping, although he's posting in the drops channel. So there's danger there. I almost untagged you. So Irving and Logan. Okay, let me go get those dropped. And let me get some of these results in, since we're just waiting on this one now. Irving is out. Oh, wait, let me put him back in because I have to do his results first. Matches. Results. Okay, Muhammad 7-0 over Logan. Muhammad crushing it. Table 3. Irving 7-1 over Kurt. We have Greg 7-2 over Evan. Tyler 7-3 over Xavier. Table 4. Table 2 DJ 7-1 over June. And table 5 is what we're watching right now. Oh, so we do have that Titus here. The 5 CP that reduces. We returned the Waka to our hand and reduced our next character by 3, so then we played Waka back down. It did show Amaterasu, and then the Lulu that we're putting back on the bottom of the deck, as well as the as well as a brother that we put to hand. Sorry, Everett that we put to hand. And we're playing that Everett right now. Everett. And I mean, we don't have anybody left to attack right now, but things are looking scary. So, category 10 characters enter the field, and it is not water. It's not a forward, right? Dude getting snippy about a judge comment. Watch out, brother. I go, Everett's not a forward. He goes, we got that, but thank you. I'm like, yeah, man, well, I see a fucking error from you, so I'm going to say something. Of course I'm going to say something. You have a judge watching your game. Time. I get it if you've got like a if you've got like Peanut Gallery or something chiming in, but a judge literally saying, hey, that doesn't work that way. So you say thank you. Maybe you should have been snippy about your lightning. I mean, you could have been. I apologize to you because I was wrong. I guess you could have been more rude about it, sure. If you think that would have looked good for you. Y'all can act however you want. We're gonna go and search for a pain. We're gonna play that and we're gonna shoot something for what's her non-multi? It's 7K. We're gonna 7K something. Or we're going to attempt to, of course. Jack could just stuff it. He could just stuff it. As he is usually so fond of doing. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers. I mean, we do have 6 damage, so like there's a world where we're trying to just sneak something here, but Pain will try to kill something and remove it from the game. I don't know if we've targeted something yet. We're probably telling him in voice chat. And we'll see something here soon. Oi! Yuna... He takes a 7-6, I'm conceding. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, I just think it's the board is huge, and this element combination does not really have a... Well, that's not true. As you say, this element combo doesn't have a board wipe. Meanwhile, we just watched a game where the two guys were doing board wipe stuff. So, it's just that the Gold Wings doesn't really have a board wipe. It's just a lot of individually strong things. And a lot of, like, combo removal. But it's such a fun deck. Alright, so this is... put the result in here. He's going to put in results. Thank you. 7-6 from JR. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Oh, he already left the game. Thank you. I'm saying out loud for Vince. Vampire Crawlers has been fun. I played the demo. Is the full thing out now? Did that come out yesterday or today or something? It might have. I feel like I remember it being this week. Yesterday. Alright, dude. Yeah. I gotta try the full game out. Alright, let's get that in. Let's get our drops. One Irving drop and one... Who's my other drop? Irving and... Logan. Alright, boys. And girls. And everybody. Sorry, I just... Bad habit of a gender generalization. Let's go ahead and drop the pairings and pairings. Players. Pairings are for round 3. Time will begin at 8:50 and will be called at 9:30. You may begin when ready. Yeah, they run in the old Dinah. close that. What's up? What's going on, Ums? Ums 204, how are we doing? Alright, the pairings are up. Players are going into the rooms. Table 1, we've got Greg versus Muhammad. So that's going to be Scions versus... Scions versus the Windwater Cast deck. And then table 2, we have DJ versus Evan. And I don't think that we put Evan on yet because this is his first week. So we usually try to not throw people up on stream right away. But it might just be one of those. We did see DJ... in round 1 as well. I think I kind of want to watch table 1 because it might be our finals. We will see how everything shakes out. Well, 2 boxes of hidden trials. No luck on the lightning signature. Dang. There's only one thing to do. You gotta just keep going. I'm just hold on, wait, hold on. I didn't tell you to spend more money. But you know, if you were to find more packs, I would just keep tracing that dragon. It's like the diamond mine meme guy, right? Like, surely it's right there. It's just 90% of people stop before they hit big. You heard it here first. That's right. Bankrupts because of Snugsy's horrible financial advice on his Final Fantasy TCG tournament stream. If you want to learn about saving your gil, I can help you out. Buy more packs, straight to the moon. I was gonna say, dude, what happens when the manned Artemis mission, the person gets out, they're walking on the moon, and then they send a selfie back to Earth of them holding up a minted physical Dogecoin, and they just say, "We made it." Explosive. I wonder, I mean, I have not been in the Doge market since like day 2. But I wonder if there was any moon hype. Did they get like moon bump from all the moon stuff going on? Was there like moon related hype? I would lose my mind of an astronaut if they cracked a pack in space. Oh my god, dude. Yes. Magic just sends up like the moon, the lunar secret lair. Hold on, we're cooking. Hold on. The only TCG, this TCG is out of this world. First pack opened in space. It's gotta be Magic, right? When you just think about, like, as soon as the thing becomes even remotely commercially viable, like, they're the ones with the capital to do it. Like, them or Pokemon, right? Yeah, them or Pokemon. Alright, let's get into this game anyway. Talking about sending trading cards to the moon. This is my kind of inter-round chat. Alright, table, or player 1 here. This is Greg. Doing Scion stuff because somebody told him, do it, you won't. He said, watch me. We have Greg versus Muhammad here. Okay. Sorry, I did see said they were going to try their luck on the new Unisignature. The new Unisignature is sick. I mean, we're seeing this card do work too right now. It's like, this is a playable Siggy. The moon is where all the One Piece mangas are located. And all the signature Final Fantasy cards. No! You're saying they already have a palette on the moon? All right. I Google mapped it. Damn, dude. That's what they mean when they say that the boxes are mapped? Alrighty. So we're cooking in this one. We're already off to the races. Muhammad's getting set up like he wants, and so is Greg. So we have not seen this matchup yet tonight. We've got the Estinian coming in for Scions. He's going to start to put on that pressure, and we already know that that's a effective strategy against the Wind-Water deck. So, and Muhammad knows exactly how aggressive these Scions builds can be. He's been getting punched in the face by Scions since the Greg Coles of the world were piloting the early Opus 5 builds. And let me tell you, anybody who knows Greg in tournaments, Greg's tournament history was basically like every single time that you thought Scions wasn't viable anymore, my man was piloting Scions and he was crushing it with it. Like, he did well with Scions so many events, so many years in a row. It was so funny. He's definitely beaten me at big tournaments with Scions when I thought Scions was like not a deck on like at least one occasion. But yeah, he always does very well with it, just because you know when you know a deck inside and out and you're just like a kind of an expert on that deck. He just knew it so well, he played it so much. Greg has kind of done that with these new Scions, with these new Water Lightning Scions from the last few sets. He's been playing Scions over and over again. Him and Cash were really getting into the Scions builds a couple seasons back. And, I mean, Greg has always been taking it out, updating it with new pieces, and it keeps getting some shiny new toys. I mean, Water Lightning has been a pretty positively received element combination over the past few sets between the Water Lightning monster stuff going on, the Scion stuff going on, and now even Greg has got some new Water Lightning stuff he's been cooking up. He's been playing the 14 leaning quote-unquote mono water with a lot of lightning splash, taking advantage of the new Omia, and I really like that list. I think that stuff's cool. I think you might be mixing up which Gregs I'm talking about when I'm saying different, because we're watching a Greg play Sounds right now that is not that Greg, but yeah. Alright, we've got King Tycoon tapping for the wind. Two of them. We need to, are we going to go to our backups? Yeah, I was going to say Princess Sarah comes down, and then we can get the Princess Goblin down, have our 5 backups established, and just be sitting pretty, but then we're going to get punched smack in the face. But I think Muhammad's literally just going to take 4 wraps on the noggin and then try to build a kill turn, right? Like, what's what he has to do? Has to try to not die and then present a Luso turn to wipe the board and stabilize. I think if he had Witch stuff here, I would have suggested he do that instead of develop these backups. But if he's got these backups in his hand, I mean, that's what he's got to do. Witch of the Fens would have been nice to start to pick apart some of these threats, but with the Wind Y'shtola on the table too is a little annoying. for him to try to do anything too big. And we did go, I mean, we went wide early. Greg pitched his entire hand to kind of put this type of aggression on the table here, and to put Muhammad in this like really awkward position this early. And Muhammad actually looks like he's trying to do as much as he can. We're actually activating Princess Sarah with Evray, playing the Ochu, which lets us activate 2 more things. It will become a forward at damage 3, so it gives us a little bit of chump block potential. I think this is a smart play from Muhammad there. A quick judge question. All right, let me thank you very much for the thing there. Let me go look. If targeted by Opus 28 unit due to character entry. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let's take a look. 1 moment. I just gotta look at the cards. Always look at the cards. 7 CP Vincent. I assume you mean the new Vincent? Because there's multiple 7 CP Vincents, and there's multiple recent 7 CP Vincents. Do you mean the legend? Okay, from 26. When Vincent is chosen by a forward's ability, deal that forward 9,000 damage. Correct. He does not choose the forward with that ability. Yeah. Alright. Sorry, I was answering that for them. So, we always like to go over judge rulings for for you guys on stream. So, Vincent, 7 CP Vincent, Legend. He says when Vincent is chosen by a forward's ability, deal that forward 9,000 damage. So, he's saying, hey, it's getting chosen by Yuna. And Yuna says she can't be chosen by abilities because of Riku, right? And he's saying, oh, does the Yuna take damage? Yes, because this ability does not say choose a forward and deal it damage. It is not choosing anything. It is just a trigger that's happening when Vincent is chosen. So Yuna is choosing Vincent, it triggers, and then she is dealt 9,000 damage. It is not choosing her. They didn't acknowledge my answer at all, but I'm assuming they got it. You guys got it? I don't know if you're still in chat. No, it's, oh, you're good, you're good. There were just 2 recent Vincents. There's like a brand new 7 CP Vincent from this set. He's an EX burst that adds a crystal, so I just wanted to make sure I knew which one I was looking up. It is really weird that there are 2 7-cost Vincents in back-to-back sets. But here we are. Get it? He's from Final Fantasy VII? Get it? He's the 7th party member? I don't even know if that's true. Is that true? Cloud Tifa Barrett. Red Aerith. Kate. I guess technically you could get Yuffie before him, so that would make him the 8th party member. I mean, you could even get Sid before him, and Yuffie are kind of secret. So, but interesting. I was like, wait, does he care about 7 that much? Maybe. Alright, Greg is punching him in the face. Kukulane EX burst is going to give Muhammad another card. I mean, that's exactly what Muhammad needs for the old, for the big cast turn. So now Greg is looking at it thinking, okay, Muhammad's definitely going to blow up my board. That's what he has to do next turn. I've got him in a pretty threatening position. He's going to have to start killing some of these guys. Muhammad, hopefully, if you're Muhammad, you really want to see like Apkalu, Witch of the Fence, and start getting some of that stuff going because you don't want to full commit. You don't really have to Luso this. Also, you need the Lulu, like Lulu Luso. Lulu. You need Lulu to shrink this guy for Luso to kill him. Not that she's probably not going to be part of the equation, but you do need that specific thing. And it is a little early, so Muhammad's ability to sculpt his hand has been a bit limited. We'll see what he does. He's definitely sequencing his turn out right now, thinking about the order he wants to play things in. Here he goes. Are we going to start with a Leo, or are we just going to go right from the hand? Nope, he's taking it back. It can be really difficult to sequence these decks. These turns can be really hard. And it's like practicing these types of decks. I will say this. If you are considering taking any deck with Luso, any cast deck to a Materia Cup, you need to get your reps in. You need to practice these decks because sequencing will absolutely make or break these decks. Sequencing incorrectly or not knowing when it is even technically possible to hit the cast turn or not, these things are critical to success with these decks. They're hard decks. So Leo is going to be the first card here. It's a pretty good neutral start. We replace the card in hand. We only tap one backup that can be Everate up. So it's really just like a little bit of stretching to see if we can get something more. What music did we land on, dude? Oh, we landed on Mega Man. We've been listening to Mega Man for half an hour. I just noticed that this was not a Final Fantasy song. I mean, hey, Mega Man's sick too. Alright, well, we did, this is exactly what we talked about Muhammad wanting to see, right? Witch of the Fens. We're actually going for a Tempo Luso, and Greg has a reaction to the Luso draw. So before the draw can happen from Luso, Greg would like to do something. Now Muhammad is saying, oh, sorry, Greg was saying thinking. Now Muhammad says, okay. Greg says, go ahead. Okay, Greg was deciding whether or not he wanted to do something there. I think he's going to let the draw happen. I think Greg is correctly realizing if he does want to interact with something here of Muhammad's, he's going to want to kill the Luso as it's getting returned to hand with a Chocobo or something like that and force him to have 2 Chocobos. You don't want to try to do it now, and if he does have the 1 Chocobo, he just saves it and keeps going with something he was going to do later anyway, and you paid for it, right? So... and also, I don't even know exactly what Greg has as far as card in hand. Maybe he even just had a Kukulin and he's thinking about when he wants to use it on Witch of the Fence to force some monster spends if they're going to happen this turn. But even then, I don't think that's necessary here. Like, I don't think forcing it is any better than him just holding on to that to force it on his turn or something. Alexander's cast 4, draws 2 cards. Still fishing, but these decks are so good at it. Going for the Asura, saying activate his backups. It's cast 5. Now, Muhammad, do you have the double Chocobos? It's very important for the... If you have the Chocobo, Lulu, Chocobo thing, or like Lulu for it or something, but you already have one in hand. But you do need to shrink the Graha too, because Graha Tia, so Graha Tia is 10k as long as you control a Final Fantasy 14 standard unit. So Loporrit's existence is just going to keep this guy pumped to 10. And the other two, I mean, we're kind of okay to lose the Alizé. Estinian is unfortunate to lose, but it's not the worst thing. He's already gotten a couple cards back for us. We do have one Chocobo. Now let's see if Greg is going to try to do the like an Odin or something. I don't think so. I don't think so. Because here's the thing. If Greg pays, if it is Odin, and it's not something better than that, and he pays 5 for it, it's literally his entire hand, and then if Muhammad just has it anyway, you just let Muhammad pay everything out, do it, blow his load here, and maybe only kill 2 of your forwards. Muhammad's not saying, man, what do you have? Muhammad doesn't know what's in his hand. And he's like, okay, well, here goes Cat 7, because he chocoboed it back, he let it happen. He's like, alright, well, I don't know what you have, man. Because he held him earlier, so he's like, he knows he might have something. Here comes Luso. Greg says, it's good! So, 8k to the board will kill Stydian and Alizé. Muhammad draws that card. Still 5 cards in hand. I mean, just really the power of this combo here, this wind-water cantrip deck. There's all the cheap, efficient draw card stuff, and then figuring we're gonna get there with old Luso. Table 2, DJ did take it 7-0, dude, so there is going to be a tiebreaker game here. Which is kind of wild, bro. Do I half join Dynamis while finishing the tiebreaker game? Potentially. Potentially. Alright, Greg's up. And DJ is studying the room. Which one of these opponents is going to meet him in the octagon here? Cloud LBs, how we're going to start this one off. Okay, this is our retaliation. Now, the thing that's tough is your opponent ended their turn with 5 cards in their hand, man. Yeah, you obviously have to try to attack the Witch here, see if he's going to do anything. I mean, it doesn't make sense for Muhammad to spend monsters on these guys. The Grahati is a 10k, the Cloud is an 8k. He just has to be considering whether or not it's worth chocoboing the Witch back to his hand, but he maybe even has a backup Witch in his hand. I don't know that it's worth spending a second chocobo on it right now, so he's just gonna let it ride. And now Greg is a little bit probably wary, right? Because you're like, okay, so he just lets that go back to his hand, so he doesn't care. So that means I dealt with that, sure, because I can't just let that be free on the table forever. But now I already know I'm gonna have to deal with. He's already got something that he's ready to just deploy, right? So you don't really want to be sitting here passing your turn after this one attack with 4 cards in hand. I mean, you do attack, right? You just keep attacking because you either want to get Muhammad to a, like, just like keep pushing his damage, so you do just have to have that explosive turn. with like a multi-dull or something, or you're gonna make him just do these chump things out now so that he'll replay these guys and maybe draw more cards, and at this point you're kind of hoping you can push him towards some kind of deck out situation. He's got 20 cards left in his deck. The thing that stinks for Muhammad, he didn't have any Lulu earlier, so wasn't able to kill the Graha, but there's almost certainly going to be a Lulu involved the next time that he does the board wide. So I think these guys are not going to dodge the next Luso the way that they did the first time. Well, I guess really only Graha dodged, but Cloud's dodging this one right now if he were to happen. You know, we took that damage, so Muhammad going to 4, getting in closer and closer to kind of like the strike range for Greg here. Greg taking a look at his limit break deck and just says the Luso is annoying. He just doesn't like the idea that it's sitting there, ready to like return to hand, just existing. He's, damn it, that's annoying, he says. But he does have no choice but to let it be. Very deliberately leaving Tataru and Lena up. We have to assume there's a Lena special in hand here for Greg. Lena special Ishtola is pretty sneaky. Either Ishtola and Zoralja. I mean, that's something he could have had too when Muhammad was like, what do you have? If he had the Lena up and he had the 2 cards in his hand, he could have brought out the Ishtola from his discard and then canceled it. But I don't think it was worth it. Again, 2 cards from his hand, he would have had 1 card left in his hand. We played a zoo. We bought a zoo. Echidna, I love this guy. Well, Bokucho? Alright, using the zoo to activate all of our backups. Put zoo into the break zone, activate all your backups, so the guy's a good extender for the casts. Like zoo, Citra zoo stuff, very interesting, gets you there pretty quickly. I like those kinds of things. Like I like when there are cards in these decks. They have that redundancy. Like they guarantee multiple casts, which is cool. It's like really just smart deck building for these. So you've got a lot of the backups that are chains, so that even when you're like, you can have a setup turn that's still a cast build turn. I feel like the old, like the mono win deck, you would want to get to the 5 backups, you'd play like the free backups, and sometimes the free backups would be part of the cast combo. But it's really interesting here that, first of all, you've got so many different like tutor lines. Then you also have so many cantrip type monsters that either reactivate the backups, like Evere is 1 CP and activates 1 backup. Ochu is 1 CP and activates 2 backups. Akalu is 1 CP and draws a card back to your hand. Like, these things are just so low to the ground, it makes it easy to play a bunch of them at once. And then I really like the Citra Zoo thing they're doing, because it's like, okay, if I draw Citra, Citra's 2 casts every time without disrupting my backups, basically, right? On 5 backups, you tap 3 for Citra, get back Zoo, tap 2 for Zoo, then crack the Zoo, untap all 5 backups. So it's like, man, just +2 casts on things is so good. That's why like Lulu is crazy, because Lulu is +2 casts. Sometimes she represents +3 casts because of the Chocobo. And, you know, actually, Lulu Chocobo represents a lot more potential casts than that, right? Because you can Lulu the Chocobo back, then cast Chocobo on Lulu, then get Chocobo back, and all that stuff. Kurt saying you could not get his basic setup anywhere quickly enough. Alright. Only thing that went right tonight was Vincent. Oh, Vincent killed the unit. Yeah, Vincent sure has the right text for the job there. Is this still round 3 or the final? So this is still round 3, and we do still have the we do still have tiebreaker. But this is the last round, regular round. But there's gonna be DJ won his game, and I think DJ was 2-0 over there. Yeah, DJ, Muhammad, and Greg were so. Yeah, this is, it did go, I mean, we got 10 minutes left in the round, so it went relatively quick, I suppose. Oh, RBX Sire, good day, howdy. I almost said good evening, but of course, for you it is good morning. Hope you're doing well. We're watching Muhammad go wider and wider. We're watching Muhammad making this Dynamis tonight. No, it's okay. This is what we do on Wednesday nights, dude. These people, all of a sudden, they're busy. They got me busy Wednesdays. I can't do it. Titus. Oh, okay, here we go. Titus is definitely he is definitely the bag breaker. Things are already looking rough. Greg now getting 2 of his cards back, I guess, but yeah, is getting his board completely dismantled. Well, I guess only getting 1 back. Cloud is going to be escorted to the limit break deck. So we are going for the Lena. Oh no, sorry, this was in response. We already did Lena. So we brought Ishtola in, and we said to stop the 8K from Luso, and we did all that, and Muhammad says, okay, you stopped the Luso 8K? Well, here's Titus. I'm gonna put Cloud and Lena back. So Cloud goes to the limit break deck and is gone. Lena comes back to our hand, and man, things feel real tough. We need the pulse of life, but we don't, I think, have Do we have that Lightning Y'shtola still? We haven't seen her in a minute. We've seen all these other ones. She's got to be in here, right? We've seen this one. We've seen this one. She's got to be in here. Of course, she's in here, right? I just haven't seen her in 2 games. But he's got most of his deck left. He's got cards in his hand. Okay. What do we have left, man? We're targeting a limit break card. Oh no, that was behind the target. Sorry, I have my auto scrolls off. What is even left in the tank here? Greg's looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things that can punch, 7 things that can hit him in the face if we have a summon to pitch for Echidna, and that is not great. Tom, Barry, and Cactar. Okay, we're gonna try. This is gonna choose a forward and break it at 3 or less. We're gonna kill the Witch of the Fens and try to make him spend some stuff. I mean, Apkalu for sure is at least killing Tom, Barry, and Cactar, right? But yeah, just trying to pick apart some of these forwards. I mean, we're gonna do it. It's gonna be the sticky, tricky way, but you gotta just kind of try to peel them apart one at a time. Get the kill there. We do trade the Apkalu for the Tom, Barry, Cactar, obviously. 5 cards in hand still from Greg. He's can do probably at least 1 or 2 more big things. Will his things be enough? We cleared the Witch. Which also feels really important and significant. But what are we trying to protect here? June, I just saw this comment. I turn 1 played Olmia into Wendigo. And then Tyler dropped the Open 16 Fire Squall on me. No. Not like this. Roast everything. Ooh, let's see here. So Greg is he's really being a trooper. He's saying, doing a little math. he's puzzling it out. Okay, about this much damage here, I can do that. That gets me alive for like another turn. This maybe could save me for 1 more turn. It's looking really tight, but he's not yet thrown in the towel, so you got to respect that. I mean, he's got to have. You can have like what, a Thancred can kill 1 thing. If you have like. If you Alize into it, you get a body in a guy. If you have the Y'shtola and you have some way to potentially, like, he might be able to, like, play a thing that gets the guy back. He did have the Thancred. He did have the Y'shtola, too. So he's going for Big Boy Thany. Choosing probably this Y'shtola to kill a thing. Oh, he's a card short, man. Oh, he's going to play the Alize, okay. And then Alize plays Y'shtola. Okay, cool. And then Y'shtola kills somebody. Titus, yeah. Okay. I mean, this is why we were doing the math, right? So he's not out yet. I ain't hear no bell. Thancred into Alizanti Y'shtola. This deck absolutely can daisy chain the forward value from Breakzone, which is really cool. Y'shtola gets the kill there. We are entering attack phase. That's interesting. I mean, we have to go through the attack phase to end the turn, but I'd be surprised if we turn anything here. I mean, maybe. Actually, no. I'm sorry. My mentality was like, oh, we're so dead. We're so dead. He's only got 2 damage. We definitely... Oh, haste the Thancred with Y'shtola. Of course we attack. Of course we attack. What was I thinking? Now he's going to Kukulane the Thancred. Yeah. But sure. Right, you get this extra thing out of his hand. But you attempt to do that is kind of interesting. So, because now he only has 1, 2, 3, 4 attackers. 5 attackers. Sorry, he does still have lethal for you. There's still lethal on the table. So if we were able to remove a guy there, that would have been good. But now I don't think we can attack anymore. I'm back to my original position. I don't think we can attack here. This is Danger-esque. Yeah. Muhammad has enough attackers that if he can clear. Now, assuming the Luso gets used as part of the clear, he really only has 4 attackers. So he has to remove these 3 forwards and be able to attack with all 5 of his guys, which I don't think is going to happen. I mean, it's like Dryad, Chocobo. No, you can't Chocobo any of these guys as part of it, right? So that's because they all need to be able to attack. Oh, wait, can we ace? Oh, no, our limit is only 2 in limit break left. Okay. So I was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh-oh. I mean, we might survive this turn here, and then that'd be pretty cool. I mean, let's see what Muhammad's got. Here he goes. He really needs another Witch of the Fens. He's hoping he hits 2 of the same element here with Zidane. Lightning and Lightning. Yeah, draws that card. He needs Witch. Witch of the Fens would be huge for Muhammad here. Or a Lena special would be big. Lena in Witch of the Fens is big. 7 cards left in deck. And he's probably... So Witch of the Fens... He can use the... Oh god, no, because he doesn't want to get rid of the attackers either, man. If Muhammad doesn't push through and find a way to get that damage this turn, he's only got like 1 turn left. It might come down to that deck out here. It's a really great turn from Greg to develop like kind of this block wall. Play that Y'shtola. Remove 1 of the threats at least. And figure out like, okay, I'll be safe. Well, safe in, quotes. I'll be safer if I try this line. Yeah, Muhammad's got to think this one through now because he has 7 cards left in his deck, right? And a lot of his plays draw him cards. Like, even the Witch of the Fens we're talking about, we hope he has here. It's like, oh, he has the Witch, it draws him a card. Well, he really needs some more ammo, so maybe if he had another Apkalu, oh wait, that draws him a card. There's a really fine line he has to walk here, and I think, unfortunately, it's like, he either needs to stop drawing cards immediately and end his turn with the widest board he can, which is exactly what he just did. He played the Rosa and passed, or he needed to find a way through. So he's gonna just hope he can get by on a turn. Now I think Greg has got it. I mean, if Greg has Pulse of Creation, the game is over, right? So if Greg has Pulse of Creation and the game is over, he can use Tataru to draw a card, and then he can pitch a card to use Loporit to look at 2 more cards. And there's a pretty good chance he can just find an Y'shtola, right? I guess he needs a lightning card and an Y'shtola, but it's not a big ask. Limit Break Leo? We pitched this Lena. We do really need, yeah, Leo. Man, we need Lightning card, Y'shtola. Lightning card, Y'shtola. Alright, back to 4. Get rid of that useless Lena. The funny thing about this is, like, even if it's not Lightning card Y'shtola, like, you can probably go wide enough here. Muhammad's... He can't go to another Luso turn because he can't do a cast turn like that with a 7-card deck. Right? Because, I mean, unless he draws 5 or less cards as part of it and then wins on the attack. It's like his next turn is his last turn, no matter what, if he gets there. Greg is going to use the Loppert ability, discarding Luswa. It is a Lightning card he pitched, so I assume he's got at least another Lightning card in hand. Maybe he's finding the Y'shtola here. If you do find it, I think you're just holding it, man, until the opponent's turn. Little lop. What did we find off the top? Need to know. Yeah, Greg is in the thinker. He's typing again. Don't think that there's a clear Y'shtola line. He's just gonna pass through, or is he gonna try to attack with Thancred and kill one of these guys? He's definitely considering it. Because it's like, if you attack and he takes damage, it's less cards in the deck, which makes him able, his ability to play through that turn even harder. Or he chumps, which makes his ability to kill you even harder. There are now 7 attackers on Muhammad's side of the field, 5 blockers on Greg's. If we do turn this Thancred sideways, we trade it for either a card from his deck and one of those blockers, or just or a card from his deck and one of the blockers, yeah, or 2 of the blockers. It is looking like probably a card from the deck. I don't know what Muhammad's feeling like his next turn is going to be. He is blocking with Lulu, maybe. Yeah, again, actually, Muhammad, whatever he's got in hand, he does still have a 5-card hand. He is looking to replay whatever he can that he's got in the hand that isn't going to draw cards but can still extend his turn. Lulu is a huge one for that. So letting the Lulu die, because he almost assuredly has a Lulu in his hand. Alright, Thancred is sitting here all marked up, all bruised. But we do take out 2 attackers. So now there are exactly 5 attackers on Muhammad's side of the field. All 5 of them must be here to win. He no longer can use Luso's ability again, because if he does that... Oh, well... That's not true. He has the Zidane, right? He has the 2-drop Zidane that gets... Oh, nope. Never mind. Never mind. Zidane's in play. I was going to say he has the 2-drop Zidane that can get haste if it's the 3rd cast, so he can actually develop that enough attackers that he can use the Luso to wipe the board but still have the Zidane, but now he can't. The Luso is the way through, and... he also needs to be on the board to kill. My brain's hurting right now. You're gonna have to deal with this, brother. Just turn all your cards sideways. That's my advice. He plays the Lulu. We knew this was coming. We knew he had another Lulu in his hands. And he very hurriedly blocked with the other one. So what is he going to find? Another... Oh, boy. I mean, yeah. You're going to need one for Luso if you're doing the thing, right? So we Chocobo the Luso. So cast one Lulu. Here we go. Can he get there? And have enough attackers? I mean, he played the Rose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attackers. So yeah, he played enough things last turn. Oh no, the Lulu can't attack. I don't know why I keep thinking. The Lulu cannot attack. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because he rose it on his turn. I was like, how'd that thing? Maybe he didn't. No, he played it at the very end of his turn. Okay. This game's making me want to try this deck. Well, which deck? Dude, this deck has been doing very well in Japan, so this is why there's 2 different people trying it tonight. So I think probably worth giving it a shot. I think there's some lists on Materia Hunter. My brain's gonna crash. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the Cast Monsters deck, yeah. In a non-realm world, isn't that the funny thing? Alright, come on, guys. I gotta, like, poke this game with a stick. Do something, bro. 1 minute until time in the round is called. Holy shit. My man's... He's gotta go all in this turn. Here's, Alexander. Drawing 1 card. So Lena, Chocobo, Alexander is Rosa Trigger. Yeah, okay. So he got it. And then Greg just says, GG, you're decking yourself, right? And Muhammad goes, LOL, no. Oh my god, dude, the VF GG. He goes, all right, let's see it. Let's see it. So Muhammad is at cast 3. He's got 3 cards left in his deck. The Luso will draw 1. He cannot draw... God. The Luso draws 1. Yeah, and after all that, he just has to hope Greg doesn't have the Y'shtola. And he also just has to hope that he doesn't have hit an Odin or have an Odin in his hand. What are we on the Odin count? The Odin watch. There's only 1 Odin in here. Oh no, there's 2 Odins in here. Yikes. Who'd have thought we'd see Greg playing Silence? Hey, I know, right? But one of the players one of the players in the player meeting said that Scions was not very strong right now, and Greg was like, Scions isn't strong right now. And then they started getting into it about it. I mean, in a fun and friendly way, but I think Greg is literally playing this tonight to prove a point, and he's been proving it. He's been doing a pretty good job. I mean, here he is he's got Muhammad all the way up in the tree. He needs the firefighters to come rescue him. Muhammad, can we get down? Can we get down from here? Do we have it? Oh, it's tough, man. He says, yeah, we decked, but we could probably wipe. Yeah, but you're gonna deck, right? Yeah, because now he's got 4 attackers. unfortunately. And the game is over. Greg Scions suck. Don't kill me with them next week. I mean, it's also time in the round, but they're not gonna be able to. They're not gonna go past plus whatever turns anyway. So like, my man literally knows he's decking himself. He's still going. Okay, Luso draws a card, sure. And then you what? Chocobo the Luso back to your hand. Oh, you Ocho 2 things up. I'm getting trolled right now because I had a thing that I was gonna do if this ended early. And so not only is it going giga late, but Muhammad is literally he's just playing around right now. literally just fucking around. Just to, I guess, see what he can do. Man, you're still giving Graha first strike. Evray is gonna... Oh, we're Witch of the Fencing? Sure. Oh, this is why you were saying he can wipe? I mean, but yeah, but then he just loses, right? He has 2 cards in his deck, maybe not? Does he actually get to pass a turn like this without decking? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. Yeah, he's doing it before the draw resolves, so he doesn't draw off of the Witch. So the thing that's interesting here, he's got 6 potential attackers. Greg's at 2 damage. I'm trying to see if this is even still possible. He attacks a couple times now, and if he survives with 2 in deck, another turn. But then he has to have at least 2 blockers to stop Greg. So Greg has to have like literally nothing. Like Muhammad has to have keep the Rosa, the Witch can't attack, Luso can't attack, Lulu can't attack. Zidane, what, trade, or the Leo's trade? He's attacking with Leo. Oh, he took it. I mean, why not? You got 20 cards in your deck to see if you get a free EX. Muhammad passes. Greg draws. Okay, we're still in it, man. I mean, again, time was 9:40, but they're gonna finish the game in 4 turns anyway. So we'll just see how it all pans out. Looks like Alize is here. Alize gets to bring in, I think you bring in Graha and pay the kick and then go get whatever. It's not really a kicker, it's just, but whatever, you know what I mean? Pay the X. Oh, we're going for this Ishtola. Yeah, which is going to just take one of the cards away from Muhammad. We're going to take a damage. 4K the Luso. Then we're gonna attack with an unblockable Ishtola. And Muhammad says GG. Alright, so now we go to Greg versus DJ for finals. And Muhammad, unfortunately, great showing, great game, but not getting the W there. Playing all the way to the very last card, the last dreg of possible deck. Alright, so we've got DJ. Are you still hanging around, brother? Sorry. I'm sure he is. He was saying his brain was hurting earlier in the thing. We've got DJ versus Muhammad. Or sorry, oh my goodness, not Muhammad. DJ versus Greg for the tiebreaker. All right, let me go ahead and get all the results for round 3 plugged in, just so we can get this set. Greg got a 7-4 over Muhammad at table 1. What a game! What a game! Table 2. DJ got a 7-0 over Evan. Man, dude, who was telling... Dude, I think it was Evan. Evan, I don't know if Evan's watching. I don't know if Evan is tuned into stream. Because Evan was a brand new player this week in the local. But, Greg is doing it with Scions just to prove a point to you, brother. He's undefeated. He's going to the tiebreaker round. 7-1 over Xavier. For JR. In table 5, we had Vince 7-0 over Kurt. Okay. Next round. Alright, Greg versus DJ. Let's see it. Switching tables. That's not right. We're pairing the next round, silly. Here we go. Alright, the finals table has appeared. I will wait to click it so I don't accidentally join the table. Alright guys, these guys will be here in just a second. I'm gonna... Oh, never mind, it's up. I was like, I have to run to the bathroom real fast. I'll get the game up and then we'll do it. Have to tap out and go to bed. Hey, brother, it's so good to have you as always, Brett. I did get back to you, man. I'm so sorry. I literally read your message yesterday morning, and I was like, oh, heck yeah, I got to reply to him as soon as I'm done with like this meeting, and then this task, and then this other thing, and then this meeting, and then this fire, and then I forgot. So I got back to you today. Let me know. Alright, the game is here. We're in the finals. Let me close this other game. It's still open here. Okay, and let me get the name changed here to be DJ. Alright guys, here is the finals. You'll probably tomorrow when I'm not streaming. That is fair, brother. I appreciate you. Alright, here we go. Finals for the week. DJ versus Greg. Get the names up. I'll be right back 1 second, folks. I'm back. Lo-fi what? Would you type lo-fi shit? Lo-fi ass? Where is this? Why did it censor you? Oh. Lo-fi.exe, lo-fi.whatever.deck. That's all good. I just, yeah. Oh, beats.stream. Look, it makes it easy for me that, like, when those spam bots come in here, and let me tell you, those spam bots have been acting up again, dude. They've been getting ornery. Somebody's got to go to take a weed whacker back to those guys. But, when they post those links, I don't have to worry about you guys clicking them, you know? And that happens more than people try to, like, link me something they're not able to just send a message to me or something. So I just have it auto block links, and it makes it easier for me, and I think it makes it safer for you guys, you know? Yeah, fuck them bots, for sure. For sure, fuck them bots. Alright. So we've got a big, wide, angry board from Greg. That's right, DJ is playing Wall 7 this week. I almost forgot. So we're not even really talking... Oh! There it is. We're not even really talking about the game here. So let's talk about it. Greg knows that his opponent is playing Wall 7 this week, and he just decides he's getting as angry as he can with the Estinian. Now, the Tyvis trigger, is this... Do we Ashtola now... or do we hold it for the thing he's getting with Tyvis? That's tricky, right? If he doesn't have the Axstar already, your Stolaing now is actually really strong. But if you think that he does have the Axstar, your Stolaing now is so dangerous because then the Axstar comes down and gets all his abilities. You might just want to save the Ashtola, let him Axstar. I mean, it's annoying. It's so annoying, right? But you let him Axstar and you stop the one that's going to dull freeze all your guys because it's going to get your Alazan and your Estinian out, and then he'll be able to I guess maybe like the ping doesn't do anything, right? So maybe you get rid of play a guy, or maybe you stop play a guy, but I think you stop the dull freeze, or maybe not stop the dull freeze, it'll dull freeze Tyvis. I'm talking myself in circles here, but he is going to stop the Tyvis search. Now that's interesting because if Tyvis has just got the target in his hand, he's chilling. He did have the Axstar in hand. Flip a coin and take a shot of water. Okay. Did you flip the coin, or do I still have to flip a coin and take a shot? I'll do it. I'll flip a coin for whatever reason you want. I have a... Oh, I've got a nice quarter right here. And you know what? It's a state quarter, it looks like. Salt River Bay. What state is... Where's the Salt River Bay? Is this not even a state quarter? Is it just like a... Did we just start doing like random locations? I just assume when the quarter has like a thing on the back of it, it's... What is this Salt River? Oh, it was my comment about the Ashtola. Yeah, sure. Hold on, now I have to look up... The 2020 Salt River Bay National Historical Park and Ecological Preserve Quarter is the 53rd coin in the U.S. Mint's America the Beautiful Quarters program, released to honor the U.S. Virgin Islands site. Interesting. How about that? The Beautiful Quarters program, is that just the one? Isn't that just all the states? Or no, are those different? Oh no, they're different. Oh wow, holy shit, guys. I haven't been paying attention to quarters for I guess like a decade. Wow, okay. Today I learned, dude. There's a whole program. There's an entire America the Beautiful Quarters program. I guess I've just stopped using quarters. I don't know. I guess I've not been looking. I can't believe that. Whatever. It's completely not at all what we're talking about in the stream. But I will flip the coin for you so that you can hear it. There it is. Oh, what did it land? It's Tails, aka Salt River Bay. There you go. You learned something today. I learned something today. Oh, and I gotta take my water for your comment. Taking the water. Yeah, I don't know. That's Anyway. Okay, so Warrior of Light is revealing the top 5 cards of the deck. Oh, what happened to... Hold on. Did we miss an entire turn? Dude, I was going ham. What happened? We got... Okay. Plays the Y'shtola. Tybist. Cancels it. Plays Axstar. Targets Graha with Axstar. Blah, blah, blah. Axstar didn't even play... Oh, he didn't even free play anything. Oh, damn. It wasn't that good. Then, so Greg got away with murder there, kind of. He cancels the Tybist. The Axstar comes out anyway, but he doesn't even get, like, many of his triggers. And he dull freezes his own Tybist, which just lets Greg's aggressive start be more aggressive, right? So then Y'shtola, he limit breaks Tonberry Cactuar. Kills Axstar with it. And then he just starts attacking. So then we do get the wall 7 down from DJ. Now wall 7 is the entire point of the deck, right? So here he is, and what powerful things will you flip for us, Mr. Wall 7? And he is going to flip a Zeromus and an Alizé. So Alizé is going to get us a Warrior of Light, usually one character without multiplay in the break zone. So if we don't have, yeah, we do have a Warrior Light in the break zone. So we're gonna go get a Warrior Light S, and then we're gonna get Zeromus, and when you know, we just so happen to have an Axstar in our hands, so we do play another free guy with the Tybist. That's pretty big. Axstar is going to dull freeze Tybist and Warrior of Light, as well as Astinian, Alizé, and Tonberry Cactuar, and the enter from just the Axstar alone, even though we do have 2-3 drops, is enough to kill Leo, so Leo is going to die as well. So that was actually, it was really nice that we had the wall 7, but we also had the Axstar to play. It's a really powerful two card play that resulted in a little bit of a difficult board to interact with here for Greg. So now Greg is probably taking a turn off, right? He had most of his attackers frozen. He's only got one bag up. He definitely just got force fed a chill pill. So he's gonna have to I think he needs to take stock. Look, 2 of your opponent's forwards are frozen. If you really want to turn your Graha Tia sideways, you better have a backup to play. Oh my god, he just got Zoral Jaw instead. I was gonna say, if you play like the Loperate or something and you make him a 10k, sure, you can attack with him to keep the pressure on. You've already gone with 3 damage, but no, we've got Zoral Jaw. So we're gonna pitch play Zoral. Actually, no, I think we did tap. No, it was pitch. Yeah, pitch Lightning, pitch Odin. Zoral Jaw comes out. He is going to have 2,000 power and haste, because we do have enough Final Fantasy 14 characters. In fact, all of our characters except Tonberry and Cactuar are 14. He gains 2,000 power haste, and then he always has, when he attacks, you choose a forward and break it. So we're trying to kill Zeromus so that we can actually have some amount of blockers. The Zeromus dulling all of our blockers at the end of the turn is as scary as the other thing, where he gets to freeze one of our characters every turn, but then, so Axstar is just killing one guy every turn. Not as scary right now, so I mean, ideally we'd be able to get rid of both of them, but we're going to target the Zeromus here, and we're going to use Ultimate Shield. Of course, we knew that he had it. The Alizé let him go get a Warrior of Light from the deck, so it was a known quantity there that was going to be protected. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, my delicious Red Bull. It's not. Hey, I'm also drinking my water. Okay, every time you guys hit the thing. Also, I drink it without you guys hitting the thing, but especially when you hit the thing. But Sometimes I just need a little. You guys are like, Rebel, it's 10 p.m. And I'm like, brother, I'm gonna be up for another 4 to 6 hours. Zeromas is going to attack. He gets his ability here. He gets to freeze a character. Thank you, Muhammad. I will be hydrating. I will be taking a drink. I hope you hear my voice. It's now empty, though. I just finished it off, so I'm going to have to fill it up after this, but I think we'll have the time. So we are turning sideways and freezing Astinian. Now playing Sergei's, freezing out another one of these forwards, just really trying to... It's funny because they're both just going wider and trying to slow the other guy down a little bit. We got DJ who's getting these freezes and getting these kills in with these attacks. And we've got Greg who's got one bag up, one card in the hand, and less like... He's got way less capital as far as like forwards value on the table. The amount of passive effects that we are seeing from never mind, he wins. Do we have ultimate shield? We have to have another ultimate shield. It has to be the last card in hand. No! He has the, I forgot the fucking double dull. Lightning comes into play, dulls. Alize gets the double dull. We have a haster and removed both chump blockers in 2 CP, dude. It's not normally what you, when you're doing the block calculus. Lightning is such a closer. Such a closer. And that's it. That's 7 damage. The lightning getting there. Greg is getting there with Scions. Somebody literally called out that Scions are not that strong right now in the pregame, in the player meeting lobby, and Greg was like, what? Literally out loud. I had to stop. I said, hold on guys, let me do the player meeting. And then as soon as I was done with the player meeting, I told them, okay, now you guys can go at each other. And I left the room for that conversation. But I don't know whether Greg told them or not that he was going to take Scions tonight. But I like to imagine that Greg said, I'm going to play Scions and I'm going to fucking win. And then you'll see how good Scions is right now. And Greg not only went 3-0 in the normal event, he got the tiebreaker 4-0 tonight, undefeated against killers and good decks. I mean, against decks that have recently won events in this tournament season. The Wind Water deck being played by a really good player, Muhammad, right? Then you've got literally the Wall 7 deck. You've got all these different hurdles this man had to play through with Scion, showing you that not only is it good, it's good against real decks, against real players, and yeah, infinite aura. Yeah, it's true. It's true. He said, hold my beer, dude. Greg, let him know, dude. Greg, let him know. Congratulations to Greg for taking it this week with Scions. Typing in the finals. Let me go ahead and punch it in. Let's get it official here. 7-2 over DJ for Greg. Rankings. Okay, man. Oh my goodness. Yes. Congratulations, sir. About time for me to send a bunch of packs to Mr. Greg, dude. Scion's pretty good. Yeah, it's almost, you know, who would be saying something like Scions is really good right now? Dude, the thing is, I don't even know. It's funny just because I think it's not like a crazy thing to say if you haven't been paying attention to our stream, because it's really the only place it's kind of like happening. I mean, I'm sure there are people playing them at their locals, but like I don't see it outside of Greg and Crash, who have been playing it, right? So, there was one guy who was playing it in the tournament season last year. They played him in Miami and then in another event, I think. But yeah, not a whole lot of it. Not a whole lot of it. So congratulations to Greg. I don't think that new guy who called it out is a stream viewer yet. but he's gonna see when I post the results right now, dude. And give you that congratulations. So thank you everybody for tuning in. There are halves of dozens of us. Thank you everybody for tuning in this week. We are done. That is it for us. We will be back on Sunday with some more coffee and bullshit. Me and Mr. Irving have really been enjoying that. And then I'm not doing dining with them. I'm literally always busy on Wednesday. I'm streaming. All right. It's all right. Somebody's like, "Oh, you're not doing this thing with them," and I'm like, "I wanted to. I'm busy. I'm busy on Wednesdays. This is how it goes, folks." All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back on Sunday with coffee and bullshit at like 10 in the morning. It's not 9, 10 a.m. Sundays. For about 2 hours. If you have a deck that you would like us to play, if you've got some weirdo, wacko, who's bedinging me on Facebook? If you've got something that you would like us to play for coffee and bullshit, please send your deck list to the coffee and bullshit channel in the Discord. You can see other people have posted their decks there in the past. Just give us like a little bit of a 1 sentence, 2 sentence of like what it does or what it's supposed to do, especially if it's got some interesting little synergies or weird ideas, because we don't really spend a lot of time looking at it. We just kind of like we like look over it real quick, boot it up, and fire it out of the cannon. So let me know, take a look. Otherwise, I think that is it for us. We will be back next Wednesday if you're not here on Sunday. And then, guys, we are only 3 weeks away. I know, right? So it's not this weekend, the 25th, but then the 2nd, the 9th, and the 16th. That's it. 3 Wednesdays from now will be the Wednesday right before the event here in Raleigh. So get ready for the tournament season because it is upon us in less than a month. And we'll see you next time, guys. Thank you very much. Take care. Good night. Bye-bye.